Last week, interracial dating and cultural differences. A lot of people, certain topics resonate, but I told y'all here on this podcast, Coolin with TVP, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable because I'm all about growth and everyone being able to have real and adult conversations, but learning to agree to disagree. That is the ultimate premise. And one thing I want people to take away from this podcast is we can talk about anything. And if it get to a point where we just not seeing it, we can agree to disagree. We ain't taking it personal, though. So it's beautiful to see the engagement last week. Welcome back to Coolin with TVP. Here with your host, TVP. It's your boy. I got my guests with me again, but they behind the camera this week because y'all scared of last week. What's up, T?
What up, what up?
You all right? You feeling good from last week?
Yeah. I mean, you're the one who kicks me behind the camera.
Hey, nah. See, today we talking about the facade of social media. So you're going to be an example in some regards because they're not going to see you this week.
All right.
So that, no facial reactions, you can feel a little relieved this week.
Oh, I can breathe today.
Yeah, I was going to do this one solo, but I figured since, last week you brought good conversation, pretty sure an extra voice would be appreciated. Say it's always better to have dual conversations versus solo. But today's episode, I want to talk about the facade of social media, episode 3. Shout out to everybody supporting the pod on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, subscribe to the pod. If you're on Spotify, I appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for the plays as I go across this journey. Now, we're going to talk about the facade of social media. The reason I want to talk about this week is because I've been doing social media marketing and I've been on social media as a creator and a businessman for 8 years now. And as a human being, I'm someone, I personally don't even have personal social media like that I use. I got a Facebook that's for business purposes. I don't have a personal Instagram and I probably never will. And then I got a Snapchat that I use just to joke around with, but I never take it seriously because I know that social media is literally just an illusion of the real world. But see, we in society nowadays, we think that social media run the world. We see something on social media, we think social media is law. Matter of fact, how about this? What we're going to do? This is how we're going to do this episode. I want everybody right now, if you're watching this, listening to this, I want you to grab your cellular device, or I want you to grab an iPad, or if you got your computer, get on your computer. I want you to log into your favorite social media app. I'm about to prove a point. I want you to go to your favorite app. So if it's Instagram, open up Instagram, and I want you to go to your profile. If you're on YouTube, go to your home page. You don't even got to click on your channel. Just go to YouTube. If you're on Twitter, go to your home page. And I want y'all to click on your profile if it's an app to have a profile. And then once you get your profile, I want you to stop for 2 seconds. And I want you to know that I'm talking to you. That's right. You apply to this. This is going to be something that you relate to because you are on social media. Now, the reason I say it's a facade is because we're all on social media, but for some weird reason, I don't think people realize that it is the internet. Okay, it is the internet, the World Wide Web, which is basically an online space where people can say and do anything they want, but that don't make it the real world. Okay, so I'm gonna give a case in point. See, I believe I'm a down-to-earth human that's humble and grateful for life because I am. I appreciate every day. I'm grateful for the people in my life, but I use social media as a tool to make money, not for influence. So I got 30,000 subscribers on my main YouTube channel. And I'm grateful for that. But when I cut the camera off, when I'm not on YouTube, I'm walking around the streets. I can go to the gas station. Don't nobody know who I am for the most part. When I'm in Vegas, I run into people. And it's a good feeling when people would be like, hey, man, you do YouTube or you TVP or I think I seen you somewhere. Like that feel great, And I appreciate that because that means my work on the internet has been acknowledged. That don't make me no different than the next person. Like I said in the last episode, and I may have said this in the first episode, I'm like, it's just a career. It's just I choose to make my money using the internet. Some people choose to make their money offline, but it don't make me better than the next person. Now, those people on Instagram who got like 100,000 followers in the social media world, they got 100,000 followers. Just like me, I got 30,000 followers on YouTube. But when them cameras is off or if that app crash, you think they got 100,000 people that they can just go on their phone and hit up? No. They don't have 100,000 friends, 100,000 business associates. They have 100,000 people on a space that like something that they do. So that person who got 100,000 subscribers, you think they better than me because I got 30,000 subscribers, so they got 70,000 subscribers? No. I got 30,000 subscribers. You think I'm better than you because you on social media right now? I got 30 and you got like what, maybe a couple hundred followers because you only know people in your close space? No. So this whole illusion that you need to be somebody on the internet or that people on the internet are better than the everyday person, it just drives me crazy. I'm gonna give y'all a real life example. So I'm not gonna say no names, but I do Vegas. I promote Vegas, as I've told y'all. Those of y'all who know me as TVP, y'all know I do the Vegas thing. I was out one night, right? I was at Dre's. It was during the demic, and I was hanging out with some of my people, and we got bottle service, and there was a group of girls who came to the table, and we hung out with them. It was probably about 15 of us in total, and so this is one girl. She was cool. I still follow her to this day. And we was just chilling. I was talking to my guy like, yo, who these girls? Where y'all find them at or whatever? We was having our conversation. And so long story short, we all just chilled, but I ended up adding her on Instagram. So she had no idea who I was. I had no idea who she was. I had her on Instagram and I see she got like a massive Instagram following. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I would have never guessed because on Instagram, if you look at her pictures, you think she's this big model or, you know, all these people know her because she got a massive following and she's followed by some of y'all favorite celebrities. But in person, she was just a regular everyday person. Like, you know, some people might be like, man, I love to be able to sit with her one day, or I love to be able to chill with her one day. But like, she was just a normal person. She drank like I did. She danced like I did, chilled like I did, had friends like I got friends. Like, people just normal. And so I always tell y'all I read the comments. I read the comments because the comments is the best part of social media to me because you get to really see who people really are. Because like T behind this camera, she here. What up, T?
What up?
I don't want people to think he's still not here. Just like her, people be saying anything on the internet, but if you saw them face to face, they probably don't got the same energy.
You talking about them keyboard warriors?
The keyboard warriors. I always tell y'all read the comments because that's the best part of social media, entertainment. Everybody got something to say, but the reality is if you saw them in person, they're not going to do nothing. They'll probably shake your hand. Enjoy social media. Y'all have a profile to enjoy social media. Enjoy it, but don't take it serious. I tell everybody who like hit me up on the side because sometimes people want to comment and be like, well, I don't want to say nothing where people look at me like I'm crazy, or I don't want to say nothing and feel like it's just me. Like I tell everybody all the time, but I can assure you, if you feel a type of way about something, somebody else in this world feel the same way. But most people don't want to comment or don't want to say anything because they don't want to seem like the odd person out, or they don't want to make a comment on the internet and then people see they comment and look at them like they crazy. I'm like, y'all people at the end of the day, but it's the internet. What people gonna do to you on the internet? Like, Nati, let me ask you. You be on social media, right?
Yeah.
What you do on social media?
I post makeup content.
Post makeup content, that's right, because you're one of the best makeup artists in the Bay Area.
Thanks.
How do you feel about social media?
I think it's a good and a bad thing. I think it's great because let me tell you, I learned a lot of stuff about makeup, but I also learned a lot of cooking recipes and stuff. But it can be very toxic too, depending on what the content is.
That I agree with the toxic part. Why you think it's toxic though?
Because you have keyboard warriors. I think there's just a lot of people who, because they don't know you, they think that they can pass judgment, or you know, they think they know your life because they follow you on social media. And so they pass judgment, and then it gets toxic because it's like, who are you to tell me how to live my life when you don't know anything about me?
I agree with that. You let's talk about toxic. What you think the most toxic thing on social media is?
Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, you said social media toxic, so what make it toxic?
Oh,
I mean, I know you said the keyboard warriors, but like, is there anything specific, like, as far as?
no, for me, it's the keyboard warriors. I think people.
So what is it? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I just think that a lot of people like to pass a lot of judgment on other people that they don't know anything about.
Okay. And so, what's a keyboard warrior for those who don't know?
Keyboard warriors, when the people want to talk shit through their keyboard, but won't say it to your face because they ain't got the balls to.
Which again is why I say social media is legitimately a facade. Like, it's literally just, I feel like social media, if you're not using social media, I guess I should clarify and say this. If you're not using social media for business, then it's literally just a place to be expressive. People taking social media as serious as what's crazy. Like you said, the keyboard warriors. I think it's wild when, like, for example, last week debate, or I ain't gonna say debate, last week discussion, when people want to debate certain things. Like, we all entitled to opinion. some things are facts and then some things are just our opinion. But like to take it personal and then like want to start arguing with people, it's like, yo, this social media. Like we all just expressing how we feel. Now, I want to segue to this next part of social media, the validation. Validation. When I say validation on social media, it kind of goes on where I say with the fake facade or the facade of social media. Like people pretend themselves to be something online because they feel like they need to validate themselves. Like I said, I've met people in person who I had never even seen or heard of or met on social media. And then I see their social media and I'm like, well, you a totally different person on the internet because the person I met in real life did not look like that, did not talk like that, did not act like that. I just whoa, you know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, social media, it's a playground. Why you seem like you laughing behind the camera? What's wrong?
I am laughing because there are a lot of people who look one way on social media, and when you see them in real life, you wouldn't even believe that's the same person.
Totally different story. Yeah.
It's them filters.
The filters, the enhanced filters, the exaggerated. And it's worse now because you got filters, but then you can go into pictures and like change stuff in pictures, but not even just the way people look. Like I don't even want to get started on girls and social media and the filters because catfish is an understatement in some regards. But like just the way people act, like some people, you follow them, you think they just living this outlandish life. Like they posting all these pictures in all of these different places. Like they just got it. And then you get to know them in person and like, one might have went for a work conference. One might have photoshopped it. Like they might have posted a video from somebody else's trip. It wasn't even their trip. Like they just have this whole illusion that, man, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on TikTok, they just living this great life. They just know all these people. In reality, that's not even how they get down. And like I've had so many conversations through the years with like, you know, clients and people from my online community where, you know, they just ask certain questions about, you know, how is social media? Like, is it really like this great life? Like being a creator with a big following, like how does it really feel? And the truth is you gonna get two answers. You gonna get the people from me who gonna just keep it real with y'all. Man, it's nice. Like I said earlier, it's good when you have people recognize you from work that you put out on the internet. But it goes to motives. And why are you on social media? If you're on social media for business, then you're on there for business. It feel good. If you make money, if you don't make money, then you know maybe your marketing tactics didn't work or it just wasn't for you. But that's the first side. You have the other side of the people who get on social media for clout. And to be real with you, it's hard to distinguish the real and the fake if you don't have a natural sense for that. Then people get on social media because they want attention. And some of them really do get on social media and make money and have a good life because they do it the right way. And then some of these people that get on social media and they buy their followers, they buy their subscribers, they buy their views, they pay people to comment to make it look like they live or make it look like they're live and they having a real nice life and they not. I always tell people, like, if you want to get on social media, the first thing you got to do is be yourself because you will get lost in this fake space. Like social media is like a digital version of Hollywood. Like, we know how Hollywood is. Everybody see what's going on with the whole Diddy thing. Hollyweird, man. Like, and if you don't stay true to who you are, you're going to get caught up in this illusion and this facade of this fake world of social media. So,
I think some people want that.
You think some people, it's like a escape?
Yeah, it's like an escape. It's almost like a they can be somebody else kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like if they're not happy with their own life, they come on, like, let's say TikTok, because, you know, there's a lot of TikTok famous people now.
Yeah, that's true.
And they present a different kind of life.
Well, I mean, that's true. And there's nothing wrong with that. And let me clarify. There's nothing wrong with being whoever you want to be on social media. But again, that's why I say it's a facade.
Yeah.
Because people are pretending to be. It's a false illusion. Like, and so I just want people to understand that because I know some people, just by reading the comments and side conversations, some people be on social media so much that they start to believe it's real. Like a lot of these TikTok famous people, I promise you they're not famous. Like they might have hit an algorithm and got a lot of followers. Like that's why I was going to the validation point because just because you a lot of followers don't mean you somebody. Because guess what? If your TikTok account shut down tomorrow and you got 250,000 followers, who are you in real life? Like, are those followers going to actually recognize you in real life? Can you start a business and get in contact with those people? Or are you just somebody on a platform who people like, but then when that platform disappeared, now you're nobody? So, you know, that illusion that you was just talking about, some people do probably like that. Just don't get caught up in it. Like, don't let it soak you up to the point where you think that's just real life and it's not. And it's so many different examples I could go on.
That's when you become Delulu.
Delulu. That might be an understatement. Being Delulu, I don't know, man. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of these influencers got those cult followings and their fans are beyond Delulu. They're like, it's like borderline psychotic, scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kinda like, whoa, you care that much about that person you ain't never met? Because I promise you, if you see them in person, they probably won't shake your hand because they don't know you. Or they might just walk by you. You know what I'm saying? So the truth of the matter is being big on social media is cool. But if you don't know who you are as a person, social media not going to do nothing for you. Like, it's going to be a temporary Band-Aid. And in my opinion, I think it can make it worse. Like, you know, you hear about these reports about stuff that happen to people, you know, when they get a bad blog report or if they lose all these followers or if they have a bad, like if real life take over the false facade of social media, like you this big follower, but something happened in your real life and it make the news or it make its way to social media and crosses over your platform, people don't know how to handle that. And so for those who use it for validation, like I really feel bad for those people because they're lost souls in a way. Because in this false world, they got a big following, but then they get in the real world and then they realize in the real world that this fake world never really translates to what they want in the real world. And now they're back lost again. So
that's why a lot of these social media influencers and even celebrities are unhappy.
yeah,
Even with all the validation, quote unquote, that they're getting on.
yeah, the check marks, all that good stuff. That's a good point. And that's a real good point. You know why? Because I hadn't even thought about that, or that just left my mind until now. People get these check marks, right? We think all these celebrities are happy. You know, they got the perfect, like they got the mansions, they got the luxury cars, they got these quote unquote great women, but do they really got them though? And then all of a sudden, you hear the reports that they not happy, or they lose it all, and then they come out and be like, man, you know, I thought money made me happy, but it don't.
Or they commit suicide, or they do
Oh, we
drug
gotta be careful with that
overdose.
word. We gotta be careful. Yeah, they yeah, they OD or you know, yeah, they get it take out. We gotta watch that word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we gotta be careful with that word. But yeah, nah, you're right about that. You know, their life mysteriously is taken.
Yes.
Or they take their own life. We'll say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then again, the normal person who have their app would be like, why would you do that? You have everything. You got all these followers. You got a check mark. You got like, how is it that you could just be like, you got the dream life?
Right. But how do you know someone has a dream life when you're watching a 1 minute video clip? Right.
Exactly.
It goes back to illusions, right?
Now, let me talk about the entertainment side. Talking about Meek Millie and Diddy. Sheesh. Y'all seen about Meek Mill and Diddy. I don't even really want to go that much in detail. I heard some audio. It disturbed me. I'm still disturbed. I ain't gonna lie. But
I feel bad for you. You heard audio?
Man, listen. I ain't even finna dig into it because pause. That felt kind of weird saying that because of the audio I heard. Hey, listen. That's just another example. Meek Mill, this gangster rapper, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know Meek Mill personally. He from Philly. That's what they say. And, he got the street background, but,
Allegedly.
yeah, the streets, some folks from the streets say he was like that. Some people say allegedly. I don't know, but it's just on social media, we all know Meek Mill, but like, how you gonna look at Meek Mill now? Like, social media done put out what he be doing in real life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say social media one way, real life another way. I've been looking at his comments. I tell you, I read all the comments, man. Every time he posts something now, so the comment section look like a whole different war place.
Y'all, Tim not playing. He reads all those damn comments.
Real talk. I'm telling y'all, if it's a post or something going on, I go straight to the comments. Because the comments, and I always tell y'all read the comments, that really tell you how people really are. Like, the creator might post something, but then once you look at the comments, you see what kind of world we live in. Like, when people take stuff serious, if they don't know how to see between the joke, that let you know we got people who got issues. Because you arguing on a digital platform with people you don't know, like going back and forth. Like, if I state an opinion and you don't agree with it, all right, cool. I don't know you, whatever. But like, people be going through threads of comments. But anyway, back to this Meek Mill thing. I'm going to use him as an example because I heard that audio this weekend. I'm still kind of traumatized, but I ain't want to hear that. But it's entertainment at the end of the day. Like all of these artists, the Drake beef with Kendrick, that's not a real beef. I'm pretty sure all y'all who really street know that if it was a real beef, like, you might drop a song or two, but when I see you, like I'm gonna see you and you know what time it is. And like I know where you be at, or if you know where I be at, I'm gonna pull up if it was real beef. This is entertainment, cause hip hop been kind of slow for the last couple years. Now, if you want to know what a real beef, I don't know if you've heard it or not. The Chris Brown and Quavo, that might be low key real beef.
I was gonna ask you, do you think that's real?
I mean, it's definitely for sales. Let's not get it confused. They definitely making money off this. But I saw Chris at what was it, Fashion Week, right before the All-Star game, when the photo when he was next to Quavo. I seen a couple clips, and I know what it's like when you next to somebody and you there for business purposes, but you really don't want to be there. Listen, man, but that line he dropped, weakest link, sheesh. I'm trying to tell y'all. As soon as I heard what was it, Tinder, I think it was Quavo's response, and then Chris Brown came back with weakest link, man.
Quavo should have just stopped right then and there.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like his what was it, over hoes and bitches, I think was the name of the response. Listen, when he dropped Tinder, I said there was no coming back from weakest link, and he still didn't come back. He responded, which, I mean, somebody call out your nephew, a close family member. That's why I'm like, that could be real beef for real. Like, forget social media. Like, we know Chris got a pass, Quavo supposedly in the streets. Like, that's like some entertainment online, but like this might translate to the real world. Obviously, we'll see.
I mean, Chris Brown threw some shots.
Man, listen, saying that your family member passed away and we wish it was you. Yeah, I ain't really
don't get no more disrespectful than that.
I ain't got nothing else to say after you after that. Like, you got a show coming up or you got a performance, yeah, I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's real beef. But the reason I bring all this up because it's online. So the entertainment side of what social media is what people really need to take out of all of it is. This is a prime example of like people we listen to all the time, stuff we see all the time, but like enjoy the entertainment of on the internet, because I'm gonna tell you now, Drake probably hit Kendrick people and they probably laughing like, bro, come on, man, let's get this money. Like, we gonna make it seem like we got an issue on the internet. We gonna throw this stuff on the internet, but when I see you, we gonna dab each other up. Look at how many people in like rap and stuff over the years like had this. Is like, matter of fact, Meek Mill and Drake was beefing some years ago.
They
you know
were.
what I'm saying? They cool now. They done cross paths, no issues. You know what I'm saying? And then like Drake wanted everybody, Rick Ross and The Weeknd. He ain't got no beef with them. Like, man, they all just trying to get this money.
Let's be honest. When they see each other, ain't no one throwing hands.
No, absolutely not. And like, leave it to social media though. Oh man, some folk like, woo, this gonna be real beef. I don't know. Kendrick from Cali, like, I don't know now. Like,
social media likes to take one thing and run with it, and then it blows up because of social media.
And this is the thing that I want to highlight the most. I was saying all that because I know some people are like, bro, of course it's not real beef. Leave it to the comments though, and the people who follow these people on Instagram and on YouTube and on Twitter. That's why I say I read the comments. Oh, they be about the beef more than the people in the actual beef do. Oh, Drake fans ready to fight Kendrick fans, vice versa. I'm like, y'all crazy.
And they are though.
Bro, this social media. Like, I'm gonna fight you because I think Kendrick better than Drake, or I think this line was harder than this line. Like, what?
Yes, that's how deep they get into it in social media though. It's almost like they think it's their own life and they gotta fight for one of their boys or something.
Man, it's crazy. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, to this day still, and I've said this forever. I said this even way before I like started to get a bigger following online. Like, it amazes me how much people take social media as law and cannot see that this is literally just for entertainment. Like, these celebrities, newsflash, don't give a damn about y'all personally. This is why I've been saying this whole episode. All they want is y'all money. They grateful that y'all make them look legit online, because check this out. You got an artist who about to perform in your city. You ain't never heard who they was. Back to my validation point. First thing you gonna do, what you gonna go do? Look them up on social media.
Yep.
Check their Instagram. Check their Twitter. Oh, you got 250,000 followers. You got 300,000 followers. You got a check mark. Oh, such and such follow you. Oh, you legit. All because of a profile.
Yeah.
That's why I told y'all click y'all profile. I promise you, some of y'all who watching this right now who got like a couple hundred followers and following 1,000 people, y'all more legit than some of these people in this social media facade space. I promise you that. Like, in it, but you look at the people in these comments who actually might be more legit than the people they follow. They ready to go to war over somebody who could care 1.5 million times less.
They're probably more loyal to these people that don't care or don't even know them compared to the people in their own actual personal
Who
life.
actually care.
Yeah.
Facts. And like, you know.
And that goes with a cult following.
Oh, Lord, listen, this cult following, listen, we'll address this at a later time. I don't want to dive too deep into this, but since we talking about social media, y'all should already know. It's just crazy how certain people and certain fan bases just will follow along no matter what they say. Whatever they say, go. It can't be challenged.
They do no wrong.
They can't do no wrong.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. When we're in a social media world and somebody you don't know who you listen to growing up but you never met personally, never done nothing for you personally, can say something and you gonna do it. Tell you go buy something, you go buy it. Tell you to go to a certain place and you go there. And you don't even want to go there. Or you make a will out of any way possible to be there. And this person could care less about you. I've seen so many people in the comments on some of these celebrities who've gone to shows and had like the opportunity to like shake their hand or ask for a picture, and their favorite celebrity was like, man, fuck you. Like, no. Or just walk by and was like, ugh, no, please. Like, buy my album, though. Like, and people still be like, oh, they told me to fuck myself. Oh my goodness, they told me to, they acknowledged me. Man, like, it's crazy, man. So yeah, before we get up out of here, let's talk about the social media for the personal. I tell people this in my personal life, and I hope all of y'all can resonate with this. Just because I post something on social media, or just because somebody posts something on social media, don't always mean it's directed toward you. Okay? Would you agree?
Agreed.
Now, do people sneak dish you on social media? For sure. Do people post stuff because they got an issue with you, but they don't want to tell you? Most definitely. But this is where I say social media is a facade compared to the real world. Sometimes people really be going through their own things and they post it on social media. Sometimes people really do got something to say, but we adults at the end of the day. So if somebody really got an issue with you, hit them up personally. Respond to the post. But stop taking everything personal on social media. For one, I want to say it from that angle. Just because you see something on social media, if you know that person personally, respond to them personally and get your own validation. Don't start no social media wars or don't start no issues offline because of something you saw that somebody else has posted, but you never reached out and asked them. We too grown for that. Like, whatever on social media is on social media. Again, people use it for expression. On the other side, some of y'all stop hiding behind social media. Stop hiding behind this fake illusion of world we live in and be in the real world. If you got an issue with somebody, pick up the phone and hit them. If you got an issue with somebody who you know in real life, let them know what your issue is. Stop using social media as your scapegoat because then people play the double standard. Well, I posted on social media. You didn't see it? How I know you was talking about me? But then we'll play Uno reverse and be like, it was just a post on social media. Why did you think it was about you? That's childish. Come on, man. Listen, y'all caught up in social media trying to validate yourselves, wanting likes and comments from people you don't know. But then the people who you do know actually want to engage and get an understanding to follow you on social media. And then all of a sudden you want to act all scary and wow, it's so backwards. So the people who actually know you and care about you in real life, you're not going to keep it 100 with them. But people you don't know, but you admire because they got a big following and you think they can do something for you, you going to keep it all the way 100 with them and be willing to do any and everything and get them all attention. That's why I tell you, our social media is a true facade. Don't get caught up in the play space. Have fun and enjoy the entertainment. But realize who you are at the end of the day and always keep it 100 with yourself. I'll holler at y'all in the next episode.